One of the things that you said regarding your footballing career is that you've relied on your natural ability. And so I wanted to get your take on talent versus hard work and what your thoughts are on that topic.
Yeah, it's an interesting debate. I think that you can get by with both. You can make a career with not being very talented and having a lot of hard work. You can make a career in football by being very talented with little effort or less effort than most other people have to put in. And then you get the people who do both, and they are the ones that become world class and incredibly rich.
Well, where would you say you fall on that spectrum?
Where would I fall? I fall in the spectrum of being incredibly talented, but also not the hardest working of all the footballers that I played amongst. I would have been in the lower percentile of the fitness levels of the players, and I kind of got myself to a level of fitness that I knew was enough to be able to display the talents that I had.
And looking back at that sort of context of hard work versus talent, would you have done anything differently?
No, I wouldn't have done anything differently. I had a fantastic time in my career. Loved every minute of it. Loved entertaining people, playing football. It felt like that's what I was put on the planet to do. And I did that to the best of my ability. And I did that whilst not being obsessive about how my body looked, what fat percentage I had in my body. I did that whilst having been able to have a life outside. And I've always felt like having that balance in life was far more important to me. That's not to say it's the right thing. It's the right thing for me, because it's not the same for everybody.
Yeah, the fat percentage of your body, that's the important stuff to focus on, right?
That's what some people will focus on. And towards the back end of my career, the coaches and the managers started to take more notice of that kind of stuff. So that's when I decided that, yeah, it's probably best if I retire now.
Well, framing the last couple of questions, I've heard it said that I've heard both sides of the coin, and the example used. I mean, you could easily use your success. The example I heard was David Beckham's free kicks. So, people would say that he has talent for that type of thing, but then they wouldn't recognize that maybe he spent, 300 free kicks in training every day in order to get that skill. Any thoughts there?
I think sometimes we do, even in my case, you do underestimate what it takes to get to the level that you see on the television when it comes to playing professional football. And, a lot of stuff was said about me in my career, which wasn't particularly accurate. When I said that I wasn't the fittest player, I should clarify that by saying I wasn't unfit, but I just wasn't quite as fit as some of the other players. And I think it was a little bit harsh from some of my critics to never acknowledge the work that went in when I was growing up, the practice that I put in to be able to be as good as I got. And that was never, ever really recognized. So yes, the practice for the free kicks, that is a learnt technique, and that is something that you can spend hours and hours doing, and you will get better and better at it. And that's what David did. It's what James Ward-Prowse does at Southampton as well. So yeah, there's got to be a balance in there somewhere. And I would say I was on the scale of more talent than hard work.